Coming up on Legislative Review. Expanding income eligibility for covenant home ownership. Plus, a recycling bill concerning manufacturers of paper and plastic products. You're watching Legislative Review. Welcome to Legislative Review, your source for daily highlights in the state legislature. I'm Angela Lasco.
I don't need your thoughts and prayers. I need your action and your resources so that I can participate fully like you.
If anyone at home is wondering why we're in our budget mess in the state of Washington, it's bills like this.
State representatives held a lengthy debate Thursday evening on a contentious bill concerning Washington's covenant home ownership program. House Bill 1696, which we covered at a committee hearing last month, aims to expand eligibility for the program, which provides down payment and closing cost assistance to certain first-time home buyers who were historically banned from owning homes because of their race and ethnicity before the Fair Housing Act of 1968 was passed. These discriminatory practices created economically disadvantaged communities of color. Under the bill, those receiving loans through the program will also be eligible for full loan forgiveness after 5 years of repayment. Housing advocates believe it would provide financial relief with the new income eligibility increase, helping families of color build intergenerational wealth, and assist an overlooked market, those struggling to buy a home but don't qualify enough for assistance. The floor debate went on for about 6 hours with 14 amendments reviewed. During final passage, Democratic Representative Jamila Taylor, the bill's prime sponsor, shared her remarks.
This bill is about addressing the harms of the past, knowing full well that in Washington state, the cost of living, the cost of housing keeps going up and up and up. And that folks who are trying to purchase their first home, they need the help. They need the AMI to go up to 120% so they can actually buy a home. It is about creating the access to the opportunity, the inclusive economy that we want to have.
Opponents believe it's unconstitutional and not the best use of public funds, nor do they agree with the AMI rate adjustment, suggesting it should be at 80%. Speaking against the bill, Republican Representative Hunter Abel.
I share anger about the historic underlying injustice that we face. My concern is that I believe that given our current budgetary situation in this state, Mr. Speaker, that there are in fact better ways for us to use these funds, and I do have concerns that it continues a pattern that led us to our current budget deficit, estimated to be around $7 billion.
The Speaker is about to start the roll call machine. The Speaker has started the roll call machine.
The House voted on the bill.
Mr. Speaker, there are 57 yeas, 39 nays, 2 excused.
Having received a constitutional majority, second substitute House Bill 1696 is declared passed.
House Bill 1696 passed on a party-line vote and will be further reviewed in the Senate. As the state tries to find ways to reduce waste in landfills, senators debated a bill Friday that could affect recycling for Washington consumers and the brands they support. Senate Bill 5284, a work in progress for the last few years, aims to require manufacturers, brands, and importers to participate in Washington's PRO, or Producer Responsibility Organization, where they would pay fees to cover the cost of a new statewide system or EPR program for packaging and paper waste collection, recycling, and disposal. Advocates say it will promote eco-friendly packaging, increase recycling rates statewide, and lower landfill use, while holding companies accountable for the waste they produce. They also believe it will make recycling rules consistent in households, clarifying what acceptable items go into recycling bins in one city versus another. Democratic Senator Liz Lovelett sponsored the bill. She said it will extend curbside recycling to 500,000 households.
We still have nearly 20% of our residents that don't have access to recycling at all, and this bill seeks to solve that problem. And it solves that problem by holding companies accountable for the trash that they create and ensuring that we do in fact have responsible end markets where those commodities are being turned into new products that we can then buy to all those everyday items we need in our homes.
The bill was met with staunch criticism by those who think it will be expensive and cumbersome to implement, and that extra costs will be passed on to consumers and affect independent grocers and farmers whose food packaging requirements are regulated by the FDA. Speaking in opposition, Republican Senator Paul Harris.
$8,400 for every small business. That's what this legislation did in California. $8,400 to every small business. I don't think those small businesses could absorb that. This is going to be expensive. $32 billion, California estimates. And if it was such a great thing, and I think recycling is a great thing, but I think this particular method is very expensive, why are we just number 2 or number 3 state to do this?
The Senate took a floor vote.
Mr. President, there are 27 yea, 22 nay.
Having received a constitutional majority and gross second substitute Senate Bill 5284 is declared passed. Title of the bill will be the title of the act.
Senate Bill 5284 passed and is headed to the House of Representatives for further review. Unless bumped by live legislative coverage, you can always watch Legislative Review nightly at 8 and 11. And don't forget, we're also on YouTube, and our audio version is on Spreaker. The 2025 legislative session runs for 105 days. It convened January 13th and is scheduled to adjourn on April 27th. Keep watching TVW for more updates. Thank you for joining us.